What is going on, Alpha Hunters? It is a very wonderful Hump Day Wednesday. Fed Chair Jerome Powell is probably still testifying. And there you go. Other than that, we did have a nice little gap up today. Let's see how much we gap up. About 1/4%, not quite on the SPY, but we did kind of gap up to yesterday's high. And it made it really easy for the market to run to a new all-time high again. Another day of all-time highs. There in that first 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so. And we've been pulling back ever since. So that was kind of about when Jerome Powell was testifying. It was kind of where we topped out, or when he started testifying. So over the past hour, we have been sliding while he's kind of been talking to Congress, stuff like that. All right, let's just see what else is moving. Q's obviously doing pretty well. Q's actually had a little bit more of a gap up here on the day. Got up about 0.4%. You can see it kind of got right to yesterday's high as well and pushed for the first 45 minutes, but it's come down, making new daily lows kind of as we speak right now. So we'll see what goes on there on the Q side of things. That's kind of probably leading the SPY lower. Yeah, so the Q's, the weight of the big tech is kind of pushing down right now. IWM had a nice gap up, nice little rebound. Okay, today, obviously, you can see we've been selling down since. Almost a 0.5% gap up there to start the day. Nice little quick pop there first 5 minutes, but it's kind of just been pulling back ever since. Currently up about 0.1%. DIA is currently up about 0.1%, but looks actually a little bit better, as it had kind of a flat open. Hasn't really done much throughout the day, but the past 45 minutes, while some of the others have been selling off, or maybe even 30 minutes, Dow's actually had a little bit of a bullish trend to it. Nice. All right. RSP, the Equal Weight SP 500, nice gap up, a little bit of a pull down. Kind of looks like trying to base here the past 45 minutes. See if we push up. Continue to pop bullish here. See about that. Yeah, over the past 45 minutes or so, while the Qs and SPY are selling down, not really seeing that on the equal weight SP 500 side. So obviously you got a lot of big tech probably selling down over the past 45 minutes or so. All right, take a look at the daily picture of the RSP. We got, man, we're just getting really tight in here. Oh my gosh, getting real tight. So if it continues just to hold this base in here, maybe we start to push up here in the next couple days. I mean, not look horrible, but yeah, if we have one day where we just kind of slip here coming up, I'd imagine we probably just wanted to break them down. DIA has been holding these moving averages. I kind of dig it. We're not exactly falling through. So I think being bullish here on the DIA, not a bad idea, because you could easily, I mean, you can set your risk limits, your risk metrics for like a stop loss maybe down here, and then easily put your stop loss just right here. That way you're not losing like a full risk unit. But yeah, I kind of like it. The IWM also getting really kind of tight, man. We're getting kind of to the point where, shoot, a majority of the market's going to be moving one way or another here pretty soon. Qs, yeah, hit a little bit over 500 today, selling down, kind of like what it did yesterday, but it got above it today. SPY, not doing a whole lot. I mean, past 3 days, I mean, it's been going slightly higher, but I mean, those have got to be like the 3 smallest days, like in a row. Well, I mean, we're not even done trading today, but I mean, yesterday and Tuesday, I'm just trying to look and see, just eyeball it. I mean, I can't see another time where we've had 2 super small days like that. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so we'll see. We'll see what happens today. But man, it's getting quiet out there. So AAPL, we can take a look real quick at some of these big tech intraday. AAPL ran first 35 minutes or so, 40 minutes, and been pulling back since. Microsoft Yeah, there you go. Nice little run there, first 40 minutes or so, and then it's dropped off, especially here over the past like 20 minutes. Nvidia, nice gap up here on Nvidia. It's kind of been had a nice little uptrend to it. Nvidia's up about 2%, not quite 2%, but there you go. That's how some of the big three are doing. As far as VIX not really doing anything, just still hanging out in the lower teens. Dollar just kind of hanging out, not really doing too much today. Bounced the two previous days, kind of a little small doji action today. All right, not really doing a whole lot. Gold, nice bounce here. I think gold is going to be on a bullish move here coming soon. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. We had that little breakout last week with that pullback into the moving averages. Dollar's not doing much, but gold's up nicely today. All right. Yields. Okay, you would have wanted to see yields kind of continue that break higher if you were looking for that. But now we're kind of just consolidating, hanging out below these moving averages. We do have a little bit of a lower wick today. So if yields can push back towards the high of the day, maybe towards the high of yesterday by the close of the day, maybe that would look good for yields to keep going higher, but it doesn't look great consolidating right here. 10 to 2 inversion. Yeah, kind of just hanging out today, not really doing a whole lot. HYG, nice gap up on the HYG here. Kind of looks bullish, but it's got to get through the 7750 area. It's had a very hard time getting through this level. Like all year, the few times it's gotten through it, it made a quick run to like 70, high 77, 78 area, and then came right back down. Even this little double top that we had back in late March, it's had a very hard time getting over the 77.5 level. Okay. LQD. I mean, it had a little bit of a gap up today, but it's not really doing a whole lot. All right, we'll see what's going on tomorrow. And I'd imagine we probably do see some movement tomorrow. TLT, not really doing a whole lot today, because tomorrow we are going to get the ever important CPI and inflation rate. So we will get that and initial jobless claims. So if CPI comes down a little bit, I'd imagine the market reacts kind of bullish. But if initial jobless claims, we do see another jump, the market might get kind of weird. And I'd imagine the market's going to react more to CPI first. But if initial jobless claims does come in higher, I think like the forecast calling for 236K, prior was 238K. So if we do get initial jobless claims to come in at like mid 240s, maybe upper 240s, I'd imagine the market will eventually sniff that out and be like, yeah, we're still seeing job markets significantly weaken, and that's even if CPI comes in at like 3.3. The market would love that, by the way. If we get like a 3.3 on the year over year here, forecast is calling for 3.4. So if we do get like a 3.3 number, I'd imagine the market does jump pretty good, especially pre-market. But yeah, if initial jobless claims also jump, I think the market would eventually wind up not liking that. I think the initial reaction to the data, because we're going to get all this at the same time. So I think the initial reaction of pre-market and the futures is going to be from CPI. But if we do see a little bit of an uptick, a little bit more of a shocking uptick there on initial jobless claims, I'd imagine then the market would react to that a little bit later after the fact, not initially. We do have a 10-year auction coming up at 1 o'clock Eastern, and then we got some Fed talk coming up a little bit later. We did just have EIA about 40 minutes ago, so energy markets should be moving. We can take a look at some of that. All right, taking a look at sector rotation on the day, man, just like things are all over the place. So, what's doing well today? Materials is actually doing pretty well. Tech was doing pretty good up until about, was that 25 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago? Let me see that little sell down there at the top of the hour, or going into the top of the hour. And then you got healthcare, tech outperforming on the day. Underperformers, energies. Okay, energies, utilities, communications, industrial staples, discretionaries, real estate, and financials underperforming on the day. Okay, so energy markets, since we did just get the EIA number stuff, like it doesn't look like it's been too volatile. We had a little bit of an uptrend. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We had a little bit of an uptrend there, and it came back down. So yeah, we can take a look at commodities here in a sec. As far as intraday price action, we got energies that are actually doing pretty good intraday price action. You can see that little bounce that they did get when we got all the EIA stuff. Financials outperforming, healthcare, materials all outperforming their intraday. Staples, tech, industrials, utilities, communications, discretionaries underperforming, and real estate lagging behind today. What's kind of interesting about real estate is, well, we're not seeing yields, right? We're not seeing yields tick higher. Actually, yields are down on the day, but real estate's getting hit pretty good today. So yeah, we got crude oil definitely moving here over the past, couple minutes. Now this is a futures data. It's a little bit delayed here. So I don't worry about trading futures that much, but you can see it about 10 minutes ago at the top of the hour. You can see that we were getting some upticks there on crude oil. But we did get the EIA data about an hour ago, and you can see we did go on a nice little run there on crude oil side. So where are we kind of at on a daily? Oh, nice little lower wick. I think we were throwing a lower wick yesterday. We wound up selling back down. Okay, interesting. Throwing a little bit of a lower wick again today. Bouncing nice. This looks a little bit more solid. Okay. Let me take a look hourly. Yeah, I think it's a nice bounce spot. How's gasoline doing? Gasoline bouncing a little bit of a lower wick, not above the day's open though. Gasoline threw an upper wick yesterday. That's kind of interesting. So gasoline on an hourly time frame has this like support and resistance line like right here around 253. Is it about 253 area? And it'd be interesting to see what happens when we get back up into that area. You can see we kind of rejected down before. Was that this morning? Yeah, that was early this morning. We kind of bounced, kind of retested into that after we broke that down overnight. We retested that early this morning, broke down. So past couple hours, nice little bullish move here on gasoline. So we'll see what happens when we get there to that level. But we could definitely break that down again. Heating oil. Heating oil lost a little lower wick. Okay. So, we're not seeing crazy moves across the energy markets, but you can definitely tell that they've been moving here the past hour and a half.